Flying, the fastest and safest means of travel, but many people fear from flying. Some airports are a lot more challenging, and air travel can turn into a terrifying experience. Even the well-trained pilots need extreme precision and massive skills while landing and taking off. Do you know any of these airports? Are you curious to find out what airports have made up the list? We at 10 Town welcome you to our channel, and to keep you informed, motivated, and amused, we're here again today with the 10 most dangerous airports in the world. But before we move on, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you'll be notified with our latest videos. Now without further ado, let's get into the video. 10. Gibraltar International Airport. Gibraltar International Airport is probably the most unusual airport in southern Europe. The runway at Gibraltar's airport crosses the main road, Winston Churchill Avenue, in and out of the British overseas territory, and consequently, traffic has to be closed every time a plane lands or departs. There is a stoplight on the road telling cars to stop. The resulting traffic jams have led to the construction of a tunnel under the runway, but the project has been plagued by delays and is still not complete. The short runway also ends abruptly at the sea on both ends, forcing pilots to stop very quickly immediately after landing. The strong turbulence and wind shear around the Rock of Gibraltar and across the Bay of Algeciras that makes landings here a challenging affair and particularly uncomfortable. 9. Princess Juliana Airport, Saint Maarten. Princess Juliana Airport, located in Saint Maarten, is the most famous on the list because of the public beach situated just before the runway. This notorious airport has low landings over the ocean. The runway is only around 1.36 miles long, being extremely close to the shore. The proximity of Maho Beach to the runway has made the airport one of the world's most favorite places for a perfect Instagram shot, as the landing jets appear to be just feet above the heads of the public just before touchdown, while takeoff creates huge gusts of wind and sand for sunbathers. It's not without danger though. In 2017, a New Zealand woman died from injuries sustained by a jet blast from a departing aircraft. Before moving on to the next point, we've got a little challenge for you. Let us see how many of you are aggressive enough to kill that like button. Best of luck. 8. Narsarsuaq Airport, Greenland. Similar to Antarctica, the extreme airports in Greenland are often covered in ice. One of two airports in Greenland capable of serving large airliners, Narsarsuaq Airport is located in Telluride Fjord in the country's southern tip. The airport was built in 1941 by the USA Ministry of Defense. Pilots must deal with strong winds, severe turbulence, and wind shears in a mountainous landscape, even on the calmest days of the year. The runway is only 5,900 feet in length and canvassed in smooth ice, increasing difficulty for pilots. While the high wind in the fjords is a major challenge for pilots, a nearby volcano can be even more of a headache. When it erupts, its volcanic ash cloud contains very small particles of glass, silica from melting ice that can stall and damage aircraft engines. 7. Tenzing-hillary Airport is also known as Lukla Airport, situated in Nepal. It is the prime airport for anyone who is visiting Mount Everest. The runway is surrounded on all sides by steep Himalayan terrain, with a mountain shelf on one side and a steep drop into the valley below on the other side. What makes this airport so difficult to land? The airport is positioned 9,325 feet high and is built on the side of a mountain. The runway is one direction only. The airport runway is incredibly short at just 527 meters long, although it also slopes uphill with a gradient of almost 12%, which helps planes to slow down in time. Only helicopters and small fixed-wing propeller planes are permitted to land. Since 1973, there have been several accidents on the airport that resulted in many deaths and injuries. 6. Courchevel Airport, France. While the airport at Lukla is a dangerous short runway of only 527 meters, the one at Courchevel Airport is even shorter, at 525 meters. This airport serves the exclusive ski resort of Courchevel in the French Alps, and pilots have to fly through a narrow valley even to prepare for descent. This airport drops off in a cliff as well, with a downward slope of 18.5%, so pilots need to make sure they gain enough speed for takeoff if they don't want to fall off the cliff's edge, which further complicates takeoff and landing. Moreover, on approach or during takeoff, pilots have to maneuver their aircraft between the Alps without instrument procedures. The only clear guideline is a no-go around due to the surrounding mountains. Only specially certified pilots are allowed to land here. The airport's not equipped with lights or instrumentation aids, so in bad weather, landing is impossible. 5. Toncontin Airport, Tegucigalpa, Honduras. As you may have noticed, airports located in the mountains are very hard to land on. due to their varying terrain and often short approaches. Toncontin Airport is no different. The approach to Toncontin Airport, located near the capital of Honduras, has long been considered to be one of the most dangerous in the world, especially in inclement weather conditions. The mountainous terrain surrounding the small airport forces pilots to make a dramatic approach that's anything but head-on, with a steep descent and a sharp turn prior to lining up with a runway. It's also one of the world's deadliest airports. In 1989, a Boeing commercial plane crashed into a mountainside on approach, killing 132 people. At least 5 more planes have since followed suit and crashed in or around the airport. A new airport is currently being constructed in Camagüey to replace Toncontin International Airport. 4. Telluride Regional Airport, Colorado. Telluride Regional Airport is located in southwest Colorado. This is widely considered one of the scariest in the world. Around 5 miles west of the town of Telluride, it's one of the highest airports by elevation in America at 9,070 feet. It was built in the 1980s and boasted over 9,400 operations a year. Located on a small plateau, it features 1,000-foot sheer cliffs at both ends of the runway, and pilots need to overcome strong vertical turbulence from the mountain winds during winter months. Not only that, but each end of the runway is actually slightly higher than the middle, creating a dip, although this was reduced during a 2009 renovation. Many passengers who've taken the trip will confirm that it's quite the white-knuckle ride. 3. Madeira International Airport, Portugal. Madeira International Airport, Cristiano Ronaldo, formerly known as Funchal Airport, is located on the Portuguese archipelago of Madeira in the Atlantic Ocean. This airport was named after the famous football player, but it's considered one of the most dangerous airports in the world due to its spectacular construction. The original runway was only 1,600 meters long, but was extended to 2,781 meters after a fatal plane crash in 1977. When 164 people died when a Boeing 727 fell off the end of the runway onto the beach below. The runway extension is supported by 180 columns, which are partly over the ocean. This structure has to withstand serious shock loading during the landings. The airport is also dangerous due to strong winds, high mountains on one side and the ocean on the other. Pilots must undergo additional training to land at the airport. 2. Juancho Yrausquin Airport, Saba Island. Juancho Yrausquin Airport, otherwise known as Saba Airport, is one of the world's scariest airports. It's located approximately 45 kilometers or 28 miles south of Saint Maarten on the minuscule Dutch Caribbean island of Saba, also known as the original King Kong movie island. Its runway is a pitiful 1,300 feet or 400 meters long, and it makes it the world's shortest commercial airport runway. The airport is wedged on a rocky outcropping at the foot of a mountain with jagged terrain on one side and cliffs dropping into the sea at the other ends of the runway, so any landing here is a nerve-wracking challenge. 1. Paro International Airport, Bhutan. Paro is nestled in a deep valley and surrounded by sharp peaks of up to 5,500 meters tall that lies about 1.5 miles above sea level. Its runway is 6,500 feet long. Strong winds whip through the valley, often resulting in severe turbulence. Considered the most dangerous airport in the world, flights are only allowed during daytime and under visual meteorological conditions in which pilots make their judgments by eye rather than relying on aircraft instruments. The dramatic approach to the runway is completely out of sight for the pilots until the last minute as they maneuver between mountains at a 45-degree angle before dropping quickly onto the runway. Only 8 pilots are authorized to land at Paro. This was all about the most dangerous airports in the world. Have you ever visited one? Let us know in the comments down below. If you happen to like this video, subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to click that notification bell button so you won't miss out on any further videos. Thanks for watching. We'll get back to you on another video.